There we go. Now you can hear me now that I've turned my mic on. Because, that would help in me being able to talk. hmm Anyways, hello and good evening, everyone. Hope y'all are doing good today. Thanks for swinging by. Welcome into another edition of Strun is Slightly Sick, but we ball anyways. We're gonna do a little more art and a little more yapping. And after I've satisfied my desire to draw, then we shall go back to space. Yes. So yeah, welcome in though everyone. Yeah. So I have been working on can't remember if I started this on stream or off stream, but uh I have it and I'm gonna show it off here if I can remember which capture to use. That's the real test here. Also, I'm gonna switch this back to switch this back over to my the God, where the hell did I save it? My other background. Just the basic kind of pattern one that you gave me. If I can remember where I saved that. I don't fucking remember. Um um oh, isn't it under here? Oh, it's under here, isn't it? Yes. There it is. There we go. Because it's not really summertime anymore, so I want to get this back. So we're gonna go ahead and also now figure out. I think it's there. We go. Let's make that a little bigger. I'm gonna make this a little. To see, I think to do this, this, this. Now I'm going to make it bigger. Put it here. Yeah. And there we go. Yeah, that'll do. And yeah, I'll work on this for a little bit. So I wanna finish it today. Where'd my pen go? Oh, it's right in front of me. I want to finish it that day because I haven't been able to work on it too much recently because I've been feeling rather under the weather. I'm still not 100%, as you can probably tell by my voice. For the most part, I'm just trying to finish up these kind of last details. Mainly just kind of smoothing out some lines and shit like that. For the most part, I'm not going to be too picky about how it looks. Just because it's an emote. The smaller details aren't going to matter that much. I just want to keep things looking as nice as possible. Especially down here looks kind of shit because it's all like disconnected and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and gonna grab this color again. I feel like I'm using a little smaller. Well, I'm still warming up my pressure, but I'm still not putting in consistent amount of pressure on my tablet here. I'm also sitting a little stupid here. I'm not putting my tablet where it should be. Oh, there. Oh, couple of random specks that are kind of floating around a bit. Go. So, yeah, so I'm quite happy with how this is looking. Again, I can't quite remember if I started this on stream. Not. My camera's looking. Trying to readjust things a little bit here because I changed my posture slightly. Not even that, my posture, I just changed my chair's height. And that's thrown everything whack. That feels better. That feels better. I wish there was an easy. I don't know if there is an easier way to like unselect everything in OBS because it bothers me slightly when I have like a whole bunch of different shit highlighted. It's you know, I don't want to highlight all. I don't want all these bars and shit on my screen. I solved my problem. I figured it out. I figured it out. I got it. I just put something off out of the way that I can select through a different menu. That'll keep my thing clear of like all the selection stuff. Yeah, you can't see it, but I can, and it bothers me. On my the corner of my eye, I'm just like, yes, I see. Very distracting. Erase this because I remember what that's supposed to be in there, so I'm worried. Yeah, I'm just kind of really procrastinating this a little bit here. I'm taking a little longer than I should on all this. Really, it's fine at this point. I don't really need to do this other than fixing that. A clear indicator of. That'll do. A matter of also just fixing up. Hand is really shaky right now, so it's kind of hard for me to do table kind of like I said earlier. Fuck it. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Then I wanna this up. That's yes. That line I don't care much about. I want to erase these shirt lines here because these are supposed to indicate where the shirt is, but they're too thin, too scratchy. I must fix them to be better. I can erase my shirt color here. There we go. Right. Just for this. I think my mic's failing to pick my voice up sometimes because I'm talking a little lower than normal. I have music playing in my earbuds and it's too loud, but it's literally as quiet as it can go. This is annoying. I can't make it quieter. That's obnoxious. God, I don't like iPhone. I don't like this phone too much. It just, ugh. I don't have enough control over my volume. Guys, I don't actually have like one of these. sharpen these up to make them look more rigid, because this is supposed to be metal, you know? Metal's supposed to have sharp corners. That looks a bit better. Angles, that's really hard for me to get. So I'm just gonna use the line tool instead. A little thinner. 4 should do. Yep, that'll do. I don't really care too much. Again, it's like really small, minute details that don't really matter for an emote. I'm being really particular about that because I don't know. That. I have to clean up the hand lines still, but yeah, most of the lines I'm just trying to clean up at this point. Because yeah, with an emote you want nice, clean, smooth lines, and if you don't have that, it doesn't look as good. You know, you wanna keep things nice and clean for an emote, at least from what I've seen. I feel like that line's a little good. This is also the wrong color. No. Go. Hold my hand steady enough to select these colors properly. That'd be fucking fantastic. There we go. There we go. That's better. That's old thin for this. No, I'm gonna cut that line now. A little scratchy bits. Spots where there's gaps in the stuff like that. Just simple things like that. It'll really add a little extra, just kind of smoothness to it all. Yeah, that definitely brings things together a lot better. I'll just do the same kind of thing down here. Gotta clean these lines up and then add last kind of remaining detail. Okay, I've got a little rough bit on this pen's stylus point here, so yeah, that's better. Yeah, when I went to do some erasing and it just kind of was rough, it just eh. You know, it's like that kind of nails on chalkboard kind of like feeling. Just like the literal, like literally cringe kind of like feeling. This is way better. I got 2 pens. One of them came with my first tablet, which which broke at one point because it got dropped. So I got a new tablet at some point, and I think this is the new pen. Make compare here. Tell. Oh yeah, I can tell. Oh yeah, because my old pen's missing a little bit of plastic on it. Oh yeah, that's why that felt weird. That makes sense now. Notice that my old pen's missing a bit. That okay, so this is the new one. I feel more solid too. Feels almost heavier. Here. Yeah, you know what I just realized? Is that showing that there's a... Or that this is like the bend in the finger and then it goes down around this way because, you know, it's a thumbs up with a closed hand. I can't really show that with a line, can I? I gotta show that with shading, I think. That makes sense. I think I've cleaned up all the lines that I want to for this part. Actually, no, the hairlines have some issues still. Fix up roughness. Those on these definitely need to work, so... But my hair color... Oh yeah, that's better. Better. That's better. Erase that, clean that up. So clean all that up. Here. Yeah, no, this pen being in a better condition, I do have to place my, the pressure I want to put down on it a little differently. This is interesting. Guys, that had that much of an impact. Oh yeah, there we go. No. I'll put a bit of shirt there. That'll be some dark green right there. Okay, good. Really proud of how this is coming out though. Like I think this is looking really nice. Overall, I'm quite proud of quality I'm putting out here. No. Brace this up now. Better. Yeah, it just ends up looking a lot nicer. I don't know, I think I'm starting to kind of slowly figure out my own art style these days. I think headphones just turned off. I don't know why they did that. I really don't know why they did that. It's so fucking loud. They have this like voice for when they turn off and on, and the volume on that voice for when my headphones turn off and on is so fucking loud. Like if I'm just sitting here like working on art on my own and maybe like my music stops for a while and I'm just locked in, you know, it will be so startling and jarring because it's like it's so loud. It's so fucking unpleasant. It's like my only issue with these headphones is voice. Now this music's too quiet. There we go. I just gotta fill in this little gap in the hair. There we go. I think having a little extra detail back there will look nicer. Yeah, that'll do. I'll make an extra layer below because I like to do my coloring below line art. Here. And there's a gap in the line art. Let's fix that. Totally forgot about the faces line art. Yep. That's all. There we go. Do that to add a little detail. And now, if I highlight the hair, it actually works. Very nice. That's way too bright. I've kind of more decided on the exact kind of color for Strent's hair, and I want it to be like a almost like a gray brown color. I like this. I don't like the full like saturated brown or anything like that. But also a slight. Yeah, something like this. I haven't fully decided on the color yet. Something kind of like this, maybe a little more saturation to it. Yeah, that's the kind of color I think I'm looking for. Now I just gotta go ahead and go in and fill in these spots that get missed due to the selection tool. Perfect. Fortunately, I've gotten my settings set up a little better because of the cleanness of the lines. It's a non-issue. Definitely getting better with my like coloring within the lines as well. I think I've finally hit that point where my practice really is like feasibly showing. Like I can actually feel that I'm just getting more precise with my lines and all. Let's I think with eyes you really need more saturated colors to make them kind of pop. Slightly bright. A little less saturation. Oh, my eyes are pretty dark. Yeah. Dark. Especially around the bottom. I'm so glad I figured out recently that I can move this around, which I'm so glad because it used to get in the way so much for me. Really nice, subtle kind of like darkness to that. And what we'll do is lighter. the main thing is like not to have anything sharp, solid for the most part. The color of the iris, kind of giving it more of like that kind of like vortex feeling in the middle. I think that's like one of the biggest things to do with eyes. At least depending on the style. I really like having that feeling where it's like you look like you're actually looking at a real eye, which kind of looks like it kind of almost concaves into the pupil a little bit. I feel like that look is kind of cool. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. Okay. Subtle. Really go at it very slowly. You got to take your time. At least for me, I like to take my time with like your eyes and stuff. And for parts, you really want to have like a. I like to have like a very faint bit of like a very saturated color of like the kind of eye color you have. So like brown, for example, I like to do a orange that gives it. I don't know, kind of gives it this like extra layer. Through, kind of like smooth out the colors again. Then I like to do lighter version of like the main base. Gotta round out the pupil again. Occasionally you're gonna have to do that just because it'll kind of how I do it. I think I'm happy with that. So now we're just gonna go ahead and do just a very simple kind of. I've been doing this on the wrong layer this entire time, by the way. Always make sure to check your layers. I've been doing this on my line art layer. So. Whoops. But, I feel like that's a little too much. I think go a little more subtle with it. Like that with the way I'm rendering these eyes out. Something like that, yeah. I think the pupils honestly might be a little too big. That's definitely a lot better, though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back over the outer lines here. Over them a little. Definitely want to. Are you doing right layer? I found that kind of like talking to myself helps a bit. Just more of like it's like I'm running through myself through like a tutorial, except I'm just going back over everything I know and just making sure I'm actually not perfectly smooth, but again, it's gonna be an emote, so it's not that it matters that much that it's like perfectly detailed. Like we don't need the eyes to be like perfectly round or anything. Then this kind of helps me figure out where there's little nicks of the line art that kind of look like they need to be smoothed out, like this one over here. Just you're kind of that. There we go. That's better. The eye lines are definitely not the greatest. I will admit they're not my best work, but you know, grab my old skin tone here because I don't really mind the old color section. This does kind of show off the flaws in the. Go through here again. Got a little missing down here. Just make sure every little bit, like right on the edge here of the lines, is nice and filled in. Don't want to miss any weird spots like here. Definitely makes it better. And I have one more layer right below everything else where I'm just going to fill in these like extra small gaps, colors and stuff. Just because, you know, filling in those little spots down there really just kind of brings everything together, gives it a much cleaner finish. Stuff like that, yeah. Spots like over here as well, where kind of really go in for the small details now. Kind of pieces everything together a bit better. Say though that this still needs a little more improvement. Bit of a tough one. I think I forgot to actually finish. That's better. Maybe I get rid of it. Nope. Right, because that's. I don't care. It's an emote. I'm not gonna go too crazy over it. My old. Grab an image somewhere that I have my shirt in it. Just get my shirt color back because like I don't know, it's a very specific kind of tone that I like, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up my old flat image of my model here. Grab this kind of make it a little more saturated. A little too saturated. Yeah, that'll do. I'll do. Except for the fact that, did I just do that on the wrong layer? What? Oh, yep, I did. That's why things looked a little off. Haha. Now I'll do it on the right layer. Like a big brain. That'll do better. The main thing is that the lines for the shirt aren't that much darker than the color I'm using right now. So it's kind of hard to see like the edge of the shirt like it is with everything that I've done this kind of method with. So I think what I'm gonna try to do here just try to go this, go through the area that the like darker. Can't really tell. Gonna lose a little bit of the definition. That adds a little bit of that extra kind of dark green. The edge there kind of gives it a bit more depth to it as well. I think works pretty well. All right. I'm realizing now I did this wrong. Kind of needs to be more of this color back here rather than I'll just do a really dark color back here just to kind of hide the fact that I'm not sure what to do with the details over there. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not too certain. Let me go back over here, grab kind of like that. I feel like the eyes are still lacking a little bit. I don't know. They're too rough compared to everything else. Everything else has these nice big smooth lines, and these ones are just kind of like all scratchy and shit like the things I normally do. I think I gotta some slightly better line art. All right. So yeah, let's see. I think really all I gotta do is just go in with a slightly heavier line here. I'll do, yeah. I think we'll do just kind of bolster the line a bit. Yeah, they just look a little not clean lines. Up off the strength of the line art here. That definitely looks a little better. I don't know. I think they're just gonna have to look a little off for me. I think that's just gonna be what I have to. Maybe I also haven't done sharp enough color to the eyes. I think that's part of the problem. Those aren't. I think I did too desaturated of colors. That's part of the kind of brown and in here. That I think. Nice, kind of like this now. A little too much. Yeah, losing a little bit of the. It's kind of losing a little bit of that like hint of the color, and now it's just fully that. So let's try to fix that. Kind of hard to do because it's kind of hard to get that bright brown for this. After a while, it becomes like tan almost, but it's also kind of hard to get that tan look without it looking too orange or yellowy for eyes, but I think I'm kind of getting it now. There's also just not enough kind of like gradient on the out. I think that definitely makes it a little better. What I'll do is I'll go back in, do just like a very simple, very slight opacity down. No, a little too intense. A little too much. I don't remember. How do I? Oh, right. It's like this. Right. Right. Forgot that's how I did it. It's more of like, oh god, yeah, that looks way better. Oh my god, yeah, that's way better. Bit of extra brightness. Not a lot, just a subtle bit. Yeah, that looks so much better. Holy. Would it look better if I had it on this side? I like it better that way. I think that looks better. Hey, Squire, welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Thanks for saying goodbye. Grab my color here. Yeah, that's way better. That's what was bothering me with the eyes as well. I forgot. I literally had to look over at OBS to look at my model and go, how do I do my eye highlights again? Because I was like, I don't remember. Granted, I could have just clicked over here and gone, ah, yes, I see. I see. You know, I could have just done this, but that would have been too simple now, wouldn't it? Go, let's do this. Why is it so dark? Is that really the... What? Oh, my pen's not on full opacity. That's what the problem was. Forgot to switch it back. Yeah, that's why that looked so weird. Lines up as well. Those are not supposed to... Oops. Scratchy. They are metal. Supposed to have very solid lines when you do it. Otherwise, it just looks shit. That... Put in color here, that's gotta... This gray again. A little bit of it down here. That. Way better. Also got a bunch of scratchiness here, so I'm gonna begin with this. I think I just need edge up here. I do. There we go. That's better. I still got a little bit of scratchiness up here. There we go. Got this. Where I got that one. Doesn't really work that well, but it'll do. So it'll do. I'm still learning my angles and stuff. Armor is a bit hard, especially for these angles. So I'm not gonna be too harsh on myself. Be pretty accepting of any downfalls that I might have with quality. Wait, stop that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop that. Thank you. Sometimes a button gets stuck in on my drawing tablet. Starts like spamming different inputs and it's like, stop that. I don't like that. No. Like a really over here, I think. I think that'll just kind of like help conceal the fact that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But a line art over here. There we go. That's fine. That looks better. But a little bit of scratchiness down here as well. I think I've got under my screen. I just looked at it. I was like, that doesn't look right. It's just smudge on my screen. Hey, hold on. It looks slightly better-ish. There's that little bit there that happened. Corner, but show that. I could draw a straight goddamn line right now. Can't fucking do it for the life of me, though, apparently. Doesn't look quite right, but that'll do. Not too bothered. It's gonna be an emote. No one's gonna fucking notice that. No, I just gotta clean up. Fill in. Good, I just gotta smooth out some of the lines. Once I'm done, like, all I gotta do now is just color in the hand, do some light shading. Once I'm done that, we will go back. Well, not really back, but we'll go over to Space Engineer. I've done some work on the on Space Engineers. I'd love to show off here because I made a new thing. I finished another thing. I've made some upgrades. I've made some pretty hefty progress on another thing I was working on. Cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. I can't wait to show it off. This down. No. No. I'll do. That'll do indeed. And yep, hand doesn't have any holes in the line art. Very good. Nope. Bam, grab that. That'll do. It'll look like if I put the line art below everything. Not good. That's what it looks like. Not good. Thing where we just fill in all the spots. Didn't get quite reached with the select tool. Oh, we're good though. Oh, this is where I do a wait. Actually, I think I want to do a less opacity here. There we go. Subtle, because I think if I do too much of it, it looks just weird. Full opacity on that so I don't get confused in the future and wonder why my pencils aren't working properly. Oh, too gray. No. I think this is really the only other thing that definitely needs some shading. Just cause it's a little hard to differentiate between the kind of like chess piece here and the shoulder pauldron, so I think doing a little bit of extra work there. Two numbers for its yeah. Better. I think if I do a little bit of shading on that, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of shading on everything, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. A little shading. Ah, fuck. Not touch my scroll wheel, I don't know. Why are you scrolling? Stop. Give it a little bit of touch of shading. Stop that! I'm not touching the scroll wheel! Literally not. Fuck off. That time I did tap it slightly. I think also just using more vibrant kind of like sharp colors like this in an emote looks just a little better as well. I think it just kind of adds a little more pop to it, makes it look better because, you know, an emote's not supposed to have a lot of detail, it just has enough, you know? Grab the eye, you know? Really kind of like just show itself basically. Add in. Gotta do this on the line art layer because I fucked up over here. Didn't think about the shading process. Having to do this over here, but yeah, whatever. A little too dark. That. And this one needs just like, let's do this. Realize that I fucked up over here as well. I'm not gonna care too much. It's better for my sanity that I don't give too much of a shit. Which I think, you know, that's good enough. It is a stark improvement over, gotta put these all into a folder, I think. Yeah, it's a stark improvement to this. You know? So, like, I think I'll take it there. And then I want to upload it immediately. Because I do want to go ahead, like with everything I'm posting these days, I'm going to put on some AI protection filters onto it. And tomorrow we'll probably have this at least updated on the Discord. Definitely far better than the other one. But yeah, now we're gonna go on over to Space Engineers. Space time. Go ahead, switch over to that. I can. There we go. Turn off my music now because it is space time. Phones back on, which are probably off. Of this game freezing up my entire computer. Great sign of a well-made game. So glad they're making a second one. I'm hoping it's just like everything this game. I think I've already had this rant, but I hope Space Engineers 2 is like just everything this game was, but just more functional, more just everything improved. Like that's it. And yeah, let me also go ahead and make my model a little smaller here. Now that we're back to gaming time. There we go. Yeah, so today I want to go over to Pertam. I want to go back over to Pertam. I made some upgrades to my ships and stuff. The Behemoth is done. I've also gotten some fuel loaded into it. It should be able to protect the Behemoth from its canopy should be able to hold itself up from an atmospheric drop, especially on a empty inventory. So I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. So go ahead and yeah. So I guess first off here, what's epic joke? Yeah, so first off, I finished like the structure and basic necessities in it of my space station here above Earth. So I'll kind of give the tour. So I have a community kind of cryopod center set up. These are all set to share with all. There's 6 of them. Got this nice little view of space kind of dug out here. Probably could have chosen to use a slightly better window, which I might set up in the future, where I'll probably set up like, I don't know, like 3x3s or something. Something a little less obnoxious visually. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I have down here, Community Cryopod Center. I've just randomly put down medical facility here because I didn't feel like cracking the place open and venting it. Because as you can see there, by my right arm, it is pressurized in here. I got it all airtight despite all the moving parts of this place. I have a food dispensary over here, which is just a couple of these set up with a couple different algae farms throughout the base. Just constantly feeding these. They're printing out food on repeat. This one doesn't get any yet. But yeah, these 2 over here are the ones making food still. So you might have seen it here. But that's an oxygen and algae farm over there that's connected in. This is connected all the way through here. Goes in through here, and then actually, I can't really show it. But the conveyors also continue out through the wall there. They go in up there is more conveyors, up in there. Which also, I thought this is pretty cool. I have sliding doors here, which I thought, again, were pretty cool. I have some welcome signs. And then, I have some windows here, and you can kind of see some of the conveyor tubing up there. That goes up to the rest of the main platform. This continues through here. There's also a vent. I forgot to talk about that. I have a vent right there that that pressurizes this room. But yeah. We also have this vent in here that pressurizes this little room. I don't know, I just had the windows because I thought it'd be cool to see, like, the inside of an asteroid. And like this, you can kind of see... That's not important down there. Well, that it kind of is, but it's hiding something else. But yeah, so you can kind of see the, just, I guess, tubing of this place. And then, I've got this, which, you can probably imagine what this is. I made an elevator. Not the greatest elevator door ever, or elevator in general. There's nothing like automated or anything, it's just a single button kind of thing. But it's also not the smoothest elevator, but I think it's pretty cool. Because now, press this again, go up. Slow, but you know, an elevator is not supposed to be fast, especially on this fucking game. I also have some little lights in the shaft here. I thought were a nice touch. And up here you can kind of see outside, to an addition I made, I think, off stream. Also just see out into space up here, but yeah. And then bottom and top have one of these buttons that it just simply reverses the conveyor for the elevator. Now you can kind of see out and about and all. Not going to look too high up because I don't want to spoil the surprise for some upgrades I made. You can kind of see them already. But yeah, now I got to put my helmet back on. Because yeah, this will depressurize out here, or in here. And we have over here, this connects that bottom part of the facility with all the rest of the systems, like including all the oxygen filter stuff over there. I have been working on the platform a little more. It's still very much not complete, but it's getting there. I added this little system over here for my mining rig. It's really cool because I do this button and it unlocks that rig, and then I do this button and it retracts out of the way so I can move the mining rig. So I don't actually have any use for it right now. Yeah, we do that. I thought was pretty fucking cool. So yeah, it's locked down there and it's locked up there. Got my fighter over here still. I haven't really done anything with it yet. I'll definitely be attaching it to my ship, which I guess now we talk about that. I made some upgrades. I'll get to that little thing in a minute, but yeah, I made some upgrades. I added 2 extra, like, thruster wings, basically, to the thing. They're not done yet. I do intend to give them, like, their own little, like, shell, basically, to keep them protected. But yeah, this thing can now lift pretty much anything out of atmosphere and definitely can fly decently well on Pertam. And then, yeah, of course, we also have the Behemoth. The Behemoth's ready. I put about, like, 70% fuel into the thing. Actually, a lot more than that. The canopy is pretty much full up on hydrogen. Pretty much ready, and I have one more thing, which I actually... I don't remember if I still have a button. I don't have a button on the outside of this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. There's one more thing I kind of want to show off. But I just realized I can't really move it in space. It's gonna be a little awkward here. Because I do want to kind of, like, fit it back here. Don't know how the fuck I'm gonna move it, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'll just throw it down into the atmosphere Pertam as well. Yeah, I have this one last little thing. That's also just what I use to hollow out this whole cave system, which you can see goes really far back. This thing here, this just makeshift a little fucking scrap thing. Yeah, I have one last little thing I made today. I made a little air bike. I call it the Grasshopper. Obviously, it can't function out here in space. Obviously.
No fuel.
Which makes this a little awkward of trying to get this thing over.
No fuel.
Yes, I know! I'm not sure how I want to do this. I might just slap some ion thrusters onto it. Temporarily and just cut them off once I get it into the behemoth's rear bay, because I want to store it in there. Ion thrust. There we go. Bam. 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 Here we'll do bam. Bam. And a bam. And there we go. And it's all battery powered, it's all self-stored. It has 2 small reactors that I will just manually be loading uranium into. If I need to. It's just kind of a bare bones kind of thing. I just thought it'd be cool to build. And honestly, it is really fun to fly around. It's just like my little own like personal air hover bike thingy that I made. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that in the back of the behemoth, and then we'll just fly on over to Pertem because I think that'll be really cool. I wanna get a base set up there. I'm tired of being on Earth. It's you know, been a little samey over here, you know, like, and the same thing for a little too long. I wanna get out of here. I wanna get to a new place, you know. I wanna do new things. That's my plan right now, is I'll just hurl the behemoth down at Pertam and hope it can remain intact. I'm honestly probably not even gonna put, I think I will put my air bike, which I called the Grasshopper. Is, you know, I decided to make it green. Yeah. Don't really look like a good hopper, I just thought it'd be a cool name. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and put that in the back there. Not really. Oh, right, because I don't have a repair beacon on this. I have a repair beacon on. Repair beacon. I don't really know where I'm gonna spot this on. Maybe. I attach this. Oh, right here. Need some small steel tubes, a power cell, radio communication component, and computers. Radio. Computers, some of these, and a power cell. There we go.
No fuel.
Yes, I know. That should work. It should get its thrusters built now. Then yeah. Yeah. I think the real like biggest issue I'll have down on Pertam is just hydrogen and getting ice. I'll try to scout out the planet, I think. I'm gonna see if there is any ice on Pertam. Here. Look it up. We figure it out. Okay, looks like it's typically underground patches beneath dense dark green patches of ground, often in ice can areas with dark green grass and common presence. Okay, so I'll just have to scout around from orbit for that. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. They should be fine. These being done yet? Come on, nanites. Don't have all day. Let's fucking go. Okay, it's still doing its scanning thing. It should start. It was being reliable earlier today, so I think I just gotta give it a little time. Oh. Watch it for a moment here. Come on. Don't have all day. Let's get on with it now. You have literally nothing else to build. Why don't you? To help you even. Huh? Put some components in you. You don't need to skin. You literally just finished skin. You know what? Fuck you. Turn off. Back on. Yes, there you go. Come on. No. Yeah, that's what I want to. No, don't go green. Green, yeah, stay blue. Yes. Yes, that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. And now it's building. Shit. Oh, yeah, right. I also have bits of platform to build. Forgot about that. Should build up the grasshoppers on thrust soon enough. I could do it myself, but meh. You know? I'll also go ahead here. Why is you so out of view? I also haven't fully finished the landing gears yet, as you can tell. I don't actually up. I eventually will, though. Not yet. I'm just bored of being out here. I want to get down onto a planet that isn't Earth, because, I don't know. Earth bores me. Go. That should fuel us up. Hey, what are you doing? What is going on here? Jesus Christ, what the hell? What the fuck was that? What the fuck? I think I'm going to land this, somewhere else. I don't know if I have anywhere that I can fit this. I have enough ice and everything. I don't think I can get. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I'm fueling it up. You can't see because I'm in front of it, but yeah, this thing was pretty low on fuel. It had like 30% left. I don't know why, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just get fueled up here. Yes, we can. While I'm flying over to Patam, I'm gonna have to spend some time drifting. And while I'm drifting, I don't want to get jumped by any fuck-ass pirate. You know, so... Go. There we go. Still a little crooked. I want it to be more flush with the... That's good. That'll do. Here, why? Come on, man. Hate how and nanites prioritize things in this game. And I don't want this done right now. I want the other thing. It's not that much. Eventually I'll have this whole platform finished, and there'll be a nice medium-sized landing platform for people to use. Do I have batteries installed on this? I don't actually remember. Oh yeah, I do. I forgot. I have that whole array over there. I also got tons of hydrogen. A decent amount of hydrogen. Yes, actually. That'll refill the base's hydrogen. I don't expect anyone to really fly around here and be needing it right now. It's really only... It's only like one other person online right now, but yeah. Alright. I'm sure I'll be able to find ice for Tam. It's not like the behemoth really needs ice anyways. Its main power source comes from its battery arrays and stuff. I'm not gonna eject the canopy until it's until we find ice. So we'll also have all these extra powers or extra batteries. That's really all it needs, is just those batteries. And it also has solar panels, so it'll stay alive for a while. I do have this thing blueprinted though, so I'm not too worried about it if everything fails and then the behemoth just crashes onto the planet. I have the grasshopper blueprinted because I designed it in a creative world out in the middle of space just so it'd be easier. Okay, looks like. Go. Down to the behemoth. It's a pretty nice little thing once it does a bunch of extra thrusters slapped on it. It really doesn't have a lot of stopping power. Now I'm getting scared when it gets off of, like, out from over the top of the asteroid, but it's fine. It has enough power to resist Earth's gravity, just barely. Yeah. Well, once we get it into some the atmosphere someplace, it'll be nice. It doesn't have the greatest power efficiency ever. Like, it doesn't have quite enough to use all thrusters in atmosphere, even on Earth. But it has enough to be really easy to control and avoid hitting the ground with. Oh, yeah, and it does actually fit in here perfectly. Oh, that actually does work really nicely. Until it jitters around like that. Oh. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, now that it doesn't have those, yeah, you can, it's a pretty nice little thing. What's up? Now that we got the grasshopper locked in here, head up this. This is like my favorite part of anything in this game, is just like doing this shit. Like getting ready for a big mission, you know? It's such a cool feeling.
Bob is bobbing.
Is he? Welcome in there, Neku. Hope you're doing good. Thanks. Goodbye. Yeah, so I really today, all I did was I just went down to Earth, grabbed a fuckload of ice, so this thing should have probably around, I'm estimating 800,000 ice still on board. Nope, over 1 million. Nice. Yeah, so this thing's got some pretty nasty new thrusters, but it's got some power. Great preparation for the... Yes. And if you did misspell great. I'm going to do myself a favor and put a camera on the bottom of this fucking thing. If I could stop bouncing all over the goddamn place. I'm also going to go ahead and... It only ends in two ways. Either perfectly, or it's going to become a new crater on Pratam. Camera. Computer, but it should... Or actually, no, fuck letting it do it itself. Computer. Gonna go ahead and... you know what, doesn't matter, I don't need anything. Behemoth has a refinery on board, that's all I need. Why is this thing sliding backwards? Oh yeah, because it's got a ship on it, so its physics are fucked up. Yeah, either use all the items you prepared the way it... Yeah. Or I stocked too much back from the mission. Lots of link. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you can see how much power this fucking thing has. Grab it. Go. Alright, we have the Behemoth. Looks like my thrusters are still aligned properly so that nothing's taking damage. Maybe there's middle ones, but whatever. I'll use the waypoint for Fellows Base to guide me. Even with the Behemoth underneath of us, we still just have just 0 to 100 within a second acceleration on this thing going forwards. This always does look a little ridiculous, but I don't care. Those side thrusters honestly do look pretty cool, though. I think it gives it a lot better profile. And there's Pratam way down there. I first gotta escape Earth's gravity, which I'll do just by flying out this way. And I'll probably have to do a roundabout kind of jump here. It might take me... Yeah, it's gonna take me a little over 4 jumps to get there, I think. Yeah, because my max jump range right now is only 742 kilometers. And due to just all the extra weight, I have over 1 million ice in my inventory. I've got my fighter on top. I've got the Behemoth underneath with the canopy. I've also got the Grasshopper, though that thing probably weighs less than a modern car. If I were to guess. Once we escape Earth's gravity, there we go. I can jump straight this way. I'm gonna go ahead, turn on dampeners, just so that once I come out of the jump, I don't end up careening into a rock. Go. Jump successful. And accelerate while we wait to reach. Reactors are all our reactors should be. They all have a pretty solid amount of uranium left. We do still also have a really good amount of uranium left. Let me look up. Uranium. Actually, we don't have that much left. Never mind. We're using the last of what we have, so I'm gonna hope that there's your. Oh, let me look up if there's. Oh, pardon me. Uranium 1%. There, uranium on Pratam. Uranium is not found on the planet Pratam. Oh, right, uranium's only available up in asteroid. Forgot about that. Oh. I'm sure I'll be able to find some around. How am I gonna get back up off of the... You know, I'm not even using uranium down there anyways. That's not my worry. The behemoth does not require uranium. Only the grasshopper really does, and the grasshopper doesn't even... Or has like 300 of it combined. In both of its reactors, like, total. I'm not worried. Fine. I think the only other thing I really want to do is I do want to add a nanite control facility into the behemoth. Just because I wanted to be able to do stuff too, like that, so I will get that. Not going to be very effective, but I just want to do it. Oh yeah, I gotta remember though that the atmospheric thrusters on Pertem are not going to be as effective as it doesn't have as much atmosphere. Hopefully the grasshopper still works. We'll see. See. It's very quiet when it's like this. We're doing another charge on the drives here. 50%. You gotta keep my eye out for any pirate signals. So I'm hoping honestly, I hope I do run into some, because I have yet to be able to test my assault cannon turrets on my fighter. I really want to give a test. Automated stuff typically has a lot better tracking than non-automated stuff. Let me turn my grav generator stuck like that. Yeah, no, I'm a little nervous, I won't lie. I'm worried something might fuck up. I'm really worried the behemoth's just gonna fucking plummet to its explosive demise. So, they have to die. I think we should be fine. I hate how the thrusters immediately get loud if you sit. I don't know. Turn them off. And, oh, here we go. Got an SPRT beacon. I'm gonna get to 10 clicks out and then. And we finally get to test our new weapon system. Actually, I'll say about this far out. Sounds like my nanites are working. Yeah, it looks like they are actually functioning, which is lovely. Oh. Really hoping these... Turret. They're on. Yeah, everything should have ammo. Artillery cannons have a decent amount of shells. Assault cannons have plenty of shells. Gatling guns should have like 100 boxes each. Yep. Now how much uranium? Also the ice. Why do I have ice in here? I haven't been in a fight since the last time I barely won, so. And by barely won, I mean it was a draw at best. Oh. Here we go, now it's loading. Get fucked. Oh shit, he's already hitting me. Oh, they're working! Oh, it's working. Oh, but we're getting torn up by these. Oh, fuck, I hit the wrong button again. Right, V is... Oh, wow, I'm dead. Wow. What? Okay. Damn. Thing got absolutely destroyed. Wow, yeah. This is why I don't like this game's combat, honestly. It's just like, cool. Vanilla combat's just fucking abysmal. Like 800, like this is so bullshit, man. My turrets can't aim further away than these things can hit me from, and they're just... Oh, and my cockpit's dead. Awesome. Just lost my entire ship. Whatever, I don't fucking care. Yeah, now they're shooting me. Better time getting... Yeah. Like, they can also just do that, too. Like, it's just, like, it's impossible to fight them. I just hate this game's fucking con. It's just... I don't know. I hate the weapons in this game. Base game weapons fucking suck, and they're abysmal. Like, the one modded weapon we have... Game, where am I spawning? Thank you. Fucking hell, just show me what I'm trying to spawn at. God's sake, man. Oh, there goes my fighter. Yeah, I give up on trying to fight anything in this game. There's just no point. Vanilla weapons are just so fucking abysmally bad. I have the same issue I have with this game that I initially had in From the Depths, where it feels like it's just impossible to make a good small vehicle. But in this game, it is just impossible to make a good small vehicle because just the damage scale. I hate it. It sucks. It's not fun. Man, I want to make a compact, sleek fighter, but you just fucking can't. It's just... Ugh, whatever. I don't know why things are clanging around. Oh, right, I should sit down. That almost was really bad for us. I hate this game's combat. Without like a lot of mods, it's just not fun for me because it's just like you just have to make a big ship with a really well armored cockpit. It just It's just not fun. I don't know. I don't know, these streams are hard for me, man, because it's like... Solo streaming this game is so hard, because it's like, I have no one to fucking bounce off of, man. I have no one to help me just, like, articulate my thoughts better. It's not the greatest feeling for me. Because whenever something frustrating like that happens, I just get the vent to nothing. It's just like, ugh. You know? Doesn't feel good. No, not for the easy. This isn't even the right goddamn assembler
Meteor
system.
storm inbound.
Oh. Gotta get this thing moving again, otherwise we're probably gonna get hit, because I'm pretty sure, like, an update said that you're not supposed to take grid damage from meteors anymore, but apparently people in the server are still taking grid damage from meteor storms, so whatever. I don't know. I just miss my actually good weapons. I miss having good weapons. I don't know. I can't really think of the proper way to articulate it better than other like fuck. Fuck, give me a second. I will be right back.
Meteor storm inbound.